We're just having a bit of a chat, and I realised it's been over 2 years since we've actually seen her in this building, Professor Clare Collins from the University of Newcastle. Good morning, Claire.
Yes, Mark, and it feels pretty strange to actually be in the studio rather than be on the phone.
The GPS obviously worked, so you've made your way here.
There were a lot of cobwebs on the walk over.
Just a couple. Today, the big topic that's on everybody's lips really is the cost of living, affordability. It's a struggle for a lot of folks, and food, it's one of those things you can't get away from. We need it. We need to eat. But some tips maybe that we can actually drive that food dollar down just a little bit.
Yep, definitely. I think now is absolutely the time to do a declutter of your freezer. Around Christmas time, on our No Money, No Time website, we put up a little guide on how to clear out the fridge and the freezer and the pantry, getting ready for all those Christmas foods. But I think now is another really good time to go and take a deep dive and see what you've already got that you can use up. Often things that are forgotten about in the freezer end up getting wasted. So now's the time to work through that backlog as a key way of saving money and reducing food waste.
Well, it really is, isn't it? I mean, you think the new things that you buy go to the front, so therefore the things that you bought last week, last month, they're at the back. So maybe you don't need another packet of frozen whatevers or a new whatever you go and buy, whatever your thing is. Look at the back, bring that to the front, and you'll save.
Absolutely. And sometimes people have extra meals in their freezer, leftovers of things they cook, maybe a bit of spaghetti bolognese, or you might have some pizza bases. So my first suggestion is to do an inventory of what's in there and plan to use it up over the next coming weeks before you go out and do another bulk buy shop. But one of the interesting things we know that on average in Australia, the average household spends about $270 a week on food and food-related groceries, and that includes alcohol. Average is about $30 a week on that. So it kind of works out somewhere between $90 to $100 per head per week. And you might think, oh, there's no way I spend that. But think about the lunches, the coffees, they all add up. So one thing we did to show it is possible to eat super cheap, we created a menu plan for $55 a week. Now, to make it that cheap, you need to be doing your groceries for a 2-week cycle. So go to No Money, No Time. You can download that. At the end of last year, we got some inquiries, but, we've got young kids. So we created a meal plan for a family that had a toddler. And so 2 adults and a toddler, that came out at $140 a week. So my first other tip is plan what you're going to eat over the week. We know around 2/3 of people say they do have a food budget, but less than half say they actually stick to it. So planning is a way to avoid impulse buys and take a look at the recipes we've got, and that will really help you save money.
And it really is easy to get away from that. You mentioned, Claire, those who have a food budget versus those that can stick to it. The sticking to it is the hard part. You get into the supermarket, and if you haven't done that inventory of the cupboards, of the fridge, you go, oh, do we need another packet of these? Oh, I better get one just in case. Do I need more Gladder-Up? Do I need more whatever it is?
Yeah, so
and
people who don't...
good.
That's right, Mark. People who don't have a list end up buying more. You also buy more at the supermarket if you go on an empty stomach. So go after dinner, maybe leave the kids at home, or if you have to take them with you, then pre-negotiate what purchases you're going to make. Otherwise, you'll be pester-powered into buying more stuff.
Absolutely.
Because that's just normal that they do pester-power you. And also definitely go after the meal. But like I said, if you have a look at some of those recipes we've got on No Money, No Time, we can show you how to make, like a casserole, but you're using a lower cut of meat. Oyster blade steak, for example, is about half the price of a fillet steak, but it means that you need to make it into a casserole rather than throw it on the barbie. So there's definitely tips like that. And if you're out and about, take some food in your basket. Take a banana for the kids, or go to a supermarket where it's got the free fruit basket. But if you rely on buying food away from home, then you're definitely going to spend more. Another really good article on No Money, No Time, we've got how to get lunch for $5. it does mean you're bringing it from home. But
Wow.
you can't
$5.
get lunch under about $15 and then throw in a coffee on that, and you're looking at $20. So there's $140 a week if you buy your lunch every day.
Oh, yeah, and depending on where you go, even well above the $20 mark as well. So
Yeah.
5 from home seems like a bit of a winner.
Yeah, and then the other particular food group that we really notice the price has gone up at the moment is fresh vegetables. So you can supplement that with frozen or canned, but still buy a smaller amount of the fresh because likely you're buying that because it's the taste you really like. So things like canned tomatoes, they're less than $1. Canned lentils and beans, if you normally make a spaghetti bolognese, half the amount of mince and add a can of lentils or red kidney beans. Really yummy, easy meal to then convert into spag bowl or to something like Mexican.
All right, a couple of ways we can save there. Our food dollar stretching a little bit further, and yes, we're almost around lunchtime, so thanks, Claire. Now we're all nice and hungry. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, take a dive into No Money, No Time and see if you can find some great recipes or our budget meal plan.
There she is, Clare Collins, Professor Clare from the University of Newcastle, right here today at 2NURFM 103.7.
A broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.